Two, one. What's going on here on episode one? We're here with Against the Spread. It's my main man Dave Skeezer.
Yo,
Those of us who know him, we all know him by Skeezer. Played football back in the day, quarterback for the high school football team, Pasquotank County High. Uh, Welcome to the show. Good
what
to see
up?
y'all. All right, so on this show on Against the Spread, we're gonna do picks, top picks, FanDuel. We'll try to do types bet, give you some odds, DraftKings, things like that. We'll go through the top hot picks, three picks for each, college football, talk about the game, the matchup, something we like, we see that you might need to see. So, you know. Uh, but yeah, we kick it off. We'll kick it off with Texas in Michigan. So we'll kick it off with Texas, Michigan. Of course, this is that 12 o'clock game. Dave, tell me what you think. Texas, Michigan.
Texas and Michigan, one of the mainstream games we're looking at. I think the books are giving Michigan a little too much credit. They're trying to give them some respect because they won it all last year, but I just don't see it. Harbaugh's
Mm,
gone, Corum's gone, JJ's
mm,
gone. He might be gone forever.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, I like Texas money line. They're starting right now. We're at 12 o'clock right now. We got Texas money line. Let's see what the odds were on the old Kings. I tend to use DraftKings. Tevy's on old FanDuel, so we'll give you both sides of the story.
yep. I love FanDuel. FanDuel. Thing about FanDuel is that the parlay of the picks. The bonuses they throw bonuses at me. I just can't not take the bonus.
Yeah, I got some bonuses too over here on the old DK. Let's
Yeah,
see.
I've heard a lot about DraftKings though. I've heard that a lot of my guys down this way they use DraftKings. They love DraftKings.
So first pick, I think we both agreed on Texas money line. I think they're at like 250 minus 250, which it's a good favorite, but throw it in the parlay.
Yeah,
I think Texas smokes them. The over under's at like 41 or something, so I think that's
yeah,
easily achievable as well.
and I think so as well. I'm over here on Texas side because Michigan they struggling with that quarterback situation. I mean, we in week two and they still don't have a quarter. They got two quarterbacks, so we know what that means. They don't have
Yep.
one. So,
All right. Pencil in
uh,
Texas.
yeah, pencil in Texas, and then on FanDuel, if you look at FanDuel. I think FanDuel just right here before kickoff, 10 minutes before kickoff, they got the minus 255 on FanDuel for the Texans. I think it's a safe bet. Um, I really think it's a safe bet. I like that bet.
What we got next?
Well, let me load up. Dave, you got what's his name? Put the link in the chat. If you got a second, put the link in the chat for the stream. Um, our chat. Make sure that the guys know we on. Make sure they know we on. Anyways, let's go to the next pick. Next pick we got that we'll talk about. We're still gonna stay in the college realm. We still got a couple picks here that we want to go through before moving on to NFL. Stay tuned. We still got some NFL picks for y'all that we're gonna load up here and make sure we get y'all paid today. You know what I'm saying? All right. So for college football, next pick we got up here is that Boise State game. Boise State is playing um, Oregon today, if I'm not mistaken. Boise State, that Oregon game, they'll be playing this afternoon. And on this one, I kind of took a little bit different approach. Usually, me personally, I don't do the prop picks. Dave's more of the prop master here. I'm more so just call game under over. But on this one, we seen Genty last week. Listen, 6 touchdowns, over 200 yards. The dude was just, they couldn't stop. I mean, they couldn't stop him. And Genty, to me, I don't think I've seen the last running back. These guys that we talking about, running backs like that, Najee Harris type, Alabama, those type caliber backs. So I feel like Genty being at Boise, they really don't have a supporting cast. They gonna feed them 40 touches, maybe 30 touches type deal. Um, and I think that he'll wind up getting. First of all, cover that 90 yards. I think he might cover that 90, but I'm a be safe today, and I'm gonna say that he's gonna go for 70 plus. So I would lock in the 70 plus on FanDuel. If I'm not mistaken, here I dialed in the um, I dialed in the late bet. I think it's the late Boise State bet at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock game. If I wasn't mistaken earlier, they had it at 350. Was it 355? Let me double check that. But really safe bet. Really safe bet. Something that you would I mean you'd have to put big money on, but for me, I would probably put it in a parlay. I wouldn't do that straight up, of course, because you're not going to win much. But I would probably put that in a parlay for this afternoon for sure.
Yeah.
Dave, what you think? You got anything on this Oregon? You got anything on this Oregon um, Boise match here? Genty, they got Genty at minus 230. Genty at minus 230, 70 plus. So get your odds. I would definitely put that in your parlay. Definitely.
Yeah, I got the 70 plus on Genty. Think they're gonna feed them. Oregon, tight game against who was it? Idaho last week.
What
Struggles
was
in the red
the?
zone. Could have been a blowout. Boise State had a shootout last week with whoever they played. I like
They did.
Genty 70 plus. I threw that in my little parlay there.
Okay.
Also, we got another 12 o'clock game. I threw in Tulane plus 8.5.
Mm,
And I got the game on the TV right now. The big green wave here. Tulane is driving in opponent territory. Little swing pass out to the left. Easy money. Might be a good game
mm.
here. Kansas State. Kansas State ranked 17th. Getting some credit from last year. But yeah, like Tulane plus 8.5. We got Genty 70 plus on the late game. Texas money line. And I think we got our last game, Colorado at Nebraska, 7:30.
Oh, whoa. It's gonna be a good one. Listen. This one gonna be a good one. I know a lot of people is excited for that Colorado. It's that Colorado wave. Listen, Dion. We know it's prime time. They always got these good games. And really, they lined up. They should have been, I think, further along, especially with the defense than what they are right now. I feel like
Defense is
with
trash.
man, struggling.
Defense, I think there has to be somebody else on that bench that's better than Shiloh Sanders.
I agree. I agree.
There's got
Like,
to be somebody else.
man, and when I tell you the defense, eh, they gave up so many yards last week, and that's gonna be the key in this game. I feel like this game, both offenses, either way you want to swing it. I know the quarterback for Nebraska, Raiola,
Mini,
he
mini Mahomes.
Yeah, Mini Mahomes, outside of his little Mahomes impersonation that he likes to do, I think he's got a strong arm. He can throw 50, 55, I think, in the air as a freshman, 19 years old out there, young bull. So I feel like he could put up yards. I mean, he was on the bench late third quarter, last game. He blew him out. It was not even a competition. So I do feel like he's got the intangibles. He can throw that ball. He got a good arm strength. But listen, we talking about Shador, okay? Mr. Sanders.
Yeah.
We talk about Shador Sanders, okay?
We got Shador Sanders putting up 445 yards last week
Mm.
against a good team, North Dakota State University. Good program.
Yeah,
Not a big transfer portal program. They're a little more on the old school build the program, believe in the program.
I agree.
So they're a tough team. Colorado squeaked one out. Defense was a liability. That's the name of the game. I think Shador puts a big stat line up. I got him at 300 plus passing yards. I don't know if they're going to
Okay.
pull out a win,
So
but
I mean, I think I agree. I'm gonna put that one. I like that one in my parlay. Um, I do like that one in my parlay. With the prop picks. Do you got any touchdowns on this game? You calling touchdowns on this one?
we've
If
got
you had
Travis
to.
Hunter. Travis Hunter anytime touchdown score plus 100.
Oh yeah, I need that.
I think we got Travis Hunter 2 touchdowns plus 600 if you're feeling froggy. But I'm gonna lock him
Mm.
in. I'm gonna lock him in with the one tutty. I think he had 3 touchdowns last week.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him one. Someone else to look at, Jimmy Horn. He's a sneaky one if you want to get him some receiving yards,
Yeah, you say
receptions, if
you
you can
like
find him
him.
in the books.
You like Jimmy Horn. This is a
I
favorite of
like Jimmy
yours.
Horn. Travis Hunter's over here getting all the flash. Jimmy Horn down the seam. Book it.
Mm. Mm. All right.
That being
So
said, the official parlay I ended up going with for the old Saturday frenzy. The scroll over here. Let's see what we got. I got Texas money line, Tulane plus 8.5, Genty 70 plus, Colorado at Nebraska, Shador for 300 plus, and Travis Hunter anytime touchdown score. Had a little bonus for it. Put me up like plus 1,200 for that little scam.
whoo,
Threw a couple dollars on it. See what
whoo.
happens.
Yeah, so that's a really good parlay. I like that one there. Um, So let's move to NFL. Let's go ahead and move down to the NFL. Let's talk about NFL picks. Okay. So these big game week one. Okay, week one of the season, we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Okay, a lot of matchups. Okay, a lot of matchups. I'm excited about a couple of these matchups. Okay. Now as we look at it, okay, let's just go down some of these matchups. Right. Let's talk about some of these matchups. Right. This is before we give y'all some of these picks. It's exciting. Football season is back. Regular season. I know we've been waiting all summer for this. Watching baseball, the Braves, the Phillies beat up on weak competition, and we been waiting for football season though. So it's finally here. We're gonna kick the season off. We already kicked the season off. Two good games. We saw the game last night with the Eagles and Packers overseas game. That was a really good game. Came down to the last minutes. We saw the Mahomes Lamar Jackson rematch. Ended with a toe tap was too far. Uh, it's tough
Got to
for
wear them white
Baltimore.
cleats.
Ah,
Got to wear
should have
them
been a
white
size.
cleats.
It should have been a size 11 instead of 13 and a half. You know.
Yeah, I don't think anybody
Ah,
saw Likely balling out, especially on the fantasy wire. Mark Andrews was going early in the draft, and
yeah,
Likely's been. He's not a rookie. He's been around for a couple years, and
yeah.
he was a
And
main target for.
I say last year when Mark Andrews went down, likely picked it up.
Yep,
He did.
Andrews
He
getting
did pick it
old.
up. Yeah, and that's the thing. I didn't pick him up on my fantasy this year. He's been solid, and he did get hurt last year. I know that hurt a lot of people's fantasy ticket, but he's been solid. He's always been a top five tight end in the league. But like you say, time gets all of us. But anyways, let's go to first matchup for Sunday. First matchup for Sunday is going to be, I mean, depending on how you look at it, they're all 1 o'clock games, but one I'm excited to see is the Chicago Bears and Tennessee Titans. That's going to be a good game that I like to see. We also got Atlanta. Kirk Cousins coming out, Russell Wilson. Justin Fields doing his little run package. We're going to see what that looks like. He's definitely going to be on the field. So Fields will definitely hit the field. And then Miami Dolphins with the Jags. I know that might be a good little matchup back and forth there. And then I'm also interested to see with Bo Nix at when he's got real competition and it's not preseason. Can he hold up, or was that just preseason flash? Was he just good against the backups? We're gonna see what that
Well,
looks like.
Sean Payton said that
Yeah,
he claims little, you know, LeBron flashback. He claims
uh,
that he wanted to take Patrick Mahomes in the draft, and they wouldn't let him get
yeah,
him for the Saints. So he
yeah.
leaves, goes to Denver. Now he gets his quarterback that he likes. He thinks Bo Nix is going to be the baller. So I guess we'll see.
Mm, yeah. I did hear about that story though. And that probably is frustrating though. If you knew you had a guy, and then of course they don't let you get him, and he winds up being shit, arguably one of the top 3, 4 quarterbacks to ever play the game. Like that's crazy. Like,
The-
ooh, that's crazy. Now the Sunday night game
Ooh.
gonna be a good one. L.A. Rams, Detroit Lions. There is a 50% parlay bonus on that on FanDuel, and then also you got the hopefully season debut of Aaron Rodgers against a tough test in the 49ers. Listen, if Aaron Rodgers don't come out here and play good ball, they're gonna be all over him. They're gonna be all over him.
Yeah, Tev, I got an inside source in the Jets training camp. Aaron Rodgers will not be running onto the field carrying a large American flag. Could be the difference.
We gonna see. We gonna see what Aaron Rodgers look like. I would like to see him have a good season, but we seen him in the past. The past couple of years. I mean, without put the ace the Achilles aside, we seen that he didn't really look good last year playing with the Packers. We seen he struggled. So then he gets to the Jets. Unfortunately, he hurt himself, but he is old and he's got a major injury. So that's hype there. We're gonna see what he looks like. Now, no disrespect to
I'm
Aaron.
not. I'm not counting him out. I think he's still Aaron Rodgers. So
I was about to say no disrespect. That man can ball, but
yeah.
we're gonna see. All right,
So what we
so
got? What kind of picks we got going on?
for the picks first game, I kind of looked at for the picks today. I like that Atlanta Steelers game. Okay, only thing I would say is probably be a lower score. I think that the Steelers defense isn't going to let Atlanta score much, but I do see Atlanta being a little further along in their process of building their team than the Steelers. I feel like Steelers, um, they're still trying to figure things out. Russell Wilson, he didn't look good. They don't really have a offense to me that's going to put up points. And then Kirk Cousins coming in. A lot of people sleep on that man, but he's got weapons. Bijan and Kyle Pitts and um, Drake London. Those guys are nothing to play with. So I feel like Atlanta money line, lock it in. I'm going Atlanta money line for Sunday, 1 o'clock game, ATL versus the Steelers. What you think?
I strayed away from that game.
Hmm.
I've got. I got 3 picks, 2 money lines, 1 prop. I'll do a little more looking tomorrow morning, but right off the top, I've got Jags at Miami. Tyreek Hill, 100 plus receiving yards.
Hmm.
I think it's an easy dub. Uh,
What's the
Tyreek Hill
odd on
led
that?
the odds. I think it was pretty even. Maybe like a minus 110.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, Tyreek Hill led the entire league in receiving yards week 1 last year. And I think Miami comes out hot.
Okay.
My other 2 picks, I've got Texans at Colts. Texans money line, CJ Stroud,
Ooh.
Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs.
Oh. Sound good.
Good coach down there in Texas. Texans are gonna be a force. Colts, we got Anthony Richardson. A lot of struggles in training camp, joint practices, getting clowns saying that
Hmm.
he can't throw the ball. Uh, I still like him as a quarterback. We'll see if he can put the ball on the ground, get a couple rushing touchdowns maybe, but I like Texans there. And
Okay.
then for my final third pick, Saints been getting a lot of hate. As you
Uh.
can see, I'm a Saints fan.
Uh.
Panthers, worst team in the league last year. Probably not going to be much better this year. I do like Xavier Legette out of
Okay.
South Carolina, wide receiver for the Panthers. We'll see if he has a rookie breakout. Give a little Bryce Young somebody to throw the ball to. Sources say Bryce Young put on a couple pounds, but I think he needs about 60 more pounds probably to take some of
Yeah,
them hits that he's going to take. I don't know if the Panthers are going to be shit this year either, but got Saints money line there.
yeah.
I think they were pretty good favorite. I think all in all, you parlay those three, gives you a little plus 362.
Mm.
Not a big gamble payout there, but could be a good little three-piece lock.
Yeah,
Kind of
three
picks
piece lock.
kind of picks you got.
Now, tell me this. I got another pick here on the Chicago, okay? Chicago game. I like the Chicago game, okay? First of all, we've heard that Caleb Williams, we've heard the hype, okay? We've seen him dance around in the pocket and all that. But this is the league. You know, it's no longer preseason. So we want to see what he's gonna come out and look like. Now, first of all, they're gonna start off with them Titans. I don't think that's a real test. Okay, be honest. That's not a real test for Mike. You talk about Roma Dunze and they got that boy down there that just got that contract. That put away the new trade that just came in. They've already had, and they got the back DeAndre Swift coming out the backfield. So I'm gonna tell you what,
Swifty.
oh, and he's quick. So I'm tell you what, I don't see that this is gonna be an extraordinary game for Caleb, but I do think that the Bears come away with that win. This not a test. I mean, you got Pollard. Okay, cool. You got Tony Pollard. I think he's a great back and all for the Titans, but Calvin really he struggled the last couple seasons. I know last season was coming back from that suspension he had with gambling. He was up here gambling with us when he's supposed to be working out, and he called him a year suspension. So yeah, yeah.
It'll
And
get you.
then came back. You know, they traded him. The Jacksonville Jaguars traded him after his last season. Didn't really have a great one. But I like Ridley. I just don't like him against the Bears. So money line on the Bears, and then I like that Broncos game. Broncos played the Seahawks, the Seattle Seahawks. I do like that Broncos game. Seahawks, you know, they got Geno Smith starting. You know, they still got a couple pieces down there, and I still think they have a great coach. They made some coaches changes. And Pete Carroll, of course, not there anymore. But tell you
Yep.
what, against the Broncos, and this young rookie got something to prove. Bo Nix, 60 plus starts in college. I mean, no matter how many, what level, I think, as far as college, he was Division 1. Let's not get that twisted. But 60 starts. He played also at Auburn, and then he had played
Yeah.
at Oregon. I mean, the dude has played football for a decade, you know, in college. You know, let's be honest. This dude has
He's
been
a
in
grown
college.
man.
Yeah, so I feel like we're not looking at a rookie here. We probably looking at a second or third year type guy in that offense. Now, will they be able to kind of get that chemistry together early? I don't know. We'll see. But I'm taking the over on the Broncos. I don't know if the Broncos
Over.
will win it. I think that
Ooh.
definitely I think that they'll definitely put up enough points, and the Seahawks will put up enough points to get that over. I think that's going to be a close game. It'll probably come down to the last wee bits. But I got the over 41. Over 41 and a
Over
half.
41.
Yeah, over 41 and a half. There's not a lot of points. I mean, we just saw last night that Green Bay put up 17 in one quarter, and the Eagles put up 14 in that quarter, and that's already 30 some points in one quarter. So I think that the Broncos do the same thing. They're gonna throw the ball all over the yard. Same thing with Geno Smith. He's gonna hit a couple of receivers deep. They're gonna get over 42, 41 and a half, 42 points. It's minus 110 at that line. If you want to be safe, I take it at 38, 38 and a half, right around in that ballpark.
Alternate total.
Yeah, alternate total 38, 38 and a half. I think I'd be safe
Okay.
around there. And yeah, and I think that game interests me. But also, I wouldn't put this in my parlay, but it interests me. Rams versus the Lions. I think that with Matt Stafford coming back again, back to his hometown in Detroit. Remember, he lost
Hmm.
last year in that playoff game. I feel like he's gonna come back this year, ready to show something. Puka Nakua, Cooper Cup healthy. Man, I think that they got something there. I think they got something there. So, and I think also Tutu Atwell. A lot of people don't remember. I think it's a Tutu Atwell that play down there at the Rams, if I'm not mistaken.
2-2.
Is it Tutu Atwell? I think
Yeah,
he's also down there at the Rams. And a lot of people don't know about Tutu, but he's coming into his second season, and Tutu Atwell played for a really good school, and he definitely could be a factor. So I like that game. I really like that game. I think that the Rams could pull it out. I'm not gonna put in my parlay, but I'm definitely gonna be watching that game Sunday night.
that's must watch TV. Primetime 8:20. Rams Lions. That playoff game, tough loss, 24-23. So
Mm.
yeah, I think we got a close game. That's a flip flop. If you believe in
Uh,
the Lions coming out strong, we're gonna watch
what
it.
you what you think? Who's your early season before we wrap it up here? Give me your early season predictions. Who's gonna be in that playoff?
In the playoffs, what, college or NFL?
Let's go NFL. College will still to be seen. There's a lot of teams out
Yeah, we're
there.
still early on that one. NFL, a lot of people picking the Eagles, but after that game against the Packers last night, I'm not too
Mm,
sure about their defense.
mm.
Oh, let's see. In the
Give me three
playoffs or
teams.
in the Super Bowl?
I say three teams that can make it to the playoff hunt. Give me two of
Make
those
it.
favorites, I guess you would say, that you would like to see. There may be a sleeper team, somebody you might see.
I'm gonna go 49ers.
Okay, I think they'll be back. Yes.
I'm gonna go. Hmm. I'm gonna go Bengals.
Okay.
See if Jamar can get some ink on the paper. And then I'm gonna take my Saints, because why not?
Ah. Okay. All right.
There's my
Well,
sleeper.
I got you. Okay, I got you. All right. I say. I say this year, Cowboys. I'm gonna say Cowboys gonna make it.
Ooh.
Will they
Ooh.
win something? I don't know. Maybe this will be the year to get over the hump, but I definitely do think they'll make it. CeeDee Lamb is extraordinary. He's
Ooh.
different. And Dak Prescott, a lot of people talk garbage about him, but he's won more games than Trevor Lawrence and the guys that are at the top of that pay scale list, and he's going to be up for a
They win
contract at the
games.
end of
They
the
just
year.
don't win the right games.
Exactly. And I feel like Dak Prescott is going to be in line for 60 mil, so he's going to show something this year. And
Yeah.
I feel like also a team that could make it into that two teams that could probably squeak into that playoff squeak, and I mean wild card spot maybe type deal. I could see the Steelers, and I also could see the Chicago Bears. Okay,
Whew.
yeah, it's this the steel. I tell you, they could squeak in there because the Steelers they squeaked in there last season, right? And they didn't even have a quarterback. They snuck in there with Kenny Pickett. And Kenny Pickett's a backup this season, so they
Yeah.
literally made it to the playoffs with a backup. So and they got Patrick Queen on the defense, and then they got Russell Wilson. If he can just be a little bit better than the Kenny Pickett, they'll be there. Now, will they win anything? I don't know, but
They're in a
I think
tough
that they'll.
division with the Steelers. We'll see. Steelers got the Ravens, the Bengals, and the Browns.
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be a little tough, man.
AFC
But
is heavy. AFC is gonna
yeah,
be it's gonna be a tough one.
for sure. And I don't believe in the Browns as much as a lot of people do. I don't think Deshaun has got it anymore, honestly. But
Nah,
that's just me.
I think he's burnt.
And with the Chicago Bears, I feel like if Caleb can be decent, he's got enough weapons around him and a really good defense. A lot of people don't see that defense. Like I mean, Sweat coming off that edge, he's a game wrecker. You know, he tear that line up. So a lot of people don't look at that defense as being really good. That corner they got is like he's Pro Bowl guy. So they got good secondary, good line, decent linebackers. But I'll tell you what, the Bears, if they can put up some points with that running back, that rookie, and them trades that they picked up, tell you what, they might make it to the playoffs.
They're in a tough division there too. NFC North. Bears, Lions, Vikings, Packers. Packers
Mm,
lost last night, but they put up a good test. But will Jordan Love be healthy? Got injured late
man,
in the game last night.
real late. Like the game
Vikings
was.
are Vikings are a wash. Vikings last place,
Yeah,
NFC North.
Vikings, definitely. But they're going to be one of those teams that steal a game from those people that need that game. You know, they always do that. You know, they come out with some backup quarterback and they win a game prime time late in the season. You know, they're that type of team.
Yep.
Well, this is episode one of Against the Spread. You know, we got the website coming up as well. We'll post that link as we get things rolling. But this is week one of many. So stay tuned. Against the Spread, we'll be on checking y'all out, keeping y'all updated with the picks. Happy gambling, and y'all go get paid.
Yep.